Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Social Doctor, and this is Dr. Ayushi. The Social Doctor is a platform for the doctors by the doctors, where we help each and every doctor with his or her career growth. And we do that by discussing journeys, experiences, and knowledge from successful medical practitioners. And today we have a very special guest, Dr. Rajiv Dhawan. With he's a very popular teacher. I'm sure each medical student who is preparing for his or her NEET PG knows him very well. When it comes to ENT, his knowledge, his videos are what people go for. So welcome Dr. Rajiv to the platform with his 17 years of experience of teaching and practicing. He is here to guide all the medical students who are preparing for the NEET PG and the medical students who are currently doing MBBS, helping them understand how to have a positive mindset, how to stay positive, especially during these times, which are so challenging for everybody around. So let's not waste time and let's ask him how to have that positive mindset as a medical student to stay positive to achieve the best we can. Welcome, Doctor, to the platform. It's really nice to have you here.
Thank you, Ayushi. Thank you for inviting me to this wonderful platform, and I'm glad to be here.
Yes, it's completely our pleasure, sir. So let's start, from your starting. How did you 17 years before, maybe more, taking you a bit more into a flashback, how did your journey start
Yeah.
and getting into, teaching for this long time, practicing also, how is it, getting connected to all the medical students and teaching and everything around
Absolutely.
that?
See, my parent college of MBBS was Government Medical College Amritsar, and I finished my MBBS in 1998. And then I was in Lady Hardinge Medical College, New Delhi, for my master's in ENT. And while I was doing my senior residency after the post graduation, I just happened to get an opportunity to teach at DAMS, Delhi Academy of Medical Sciences, in 2004. That was the first year I ever got in touch with any kind of medical education. Though I had never ever thought that I would be entering into this arena of medical education, because I have never been a very studious student, I would say, to be very honest with you. I have been more into practical things and all that. But yes, the books have not been my forte, and I never could imagine that I would be teaching for 2004 to 2021 today. And as you said, the 17 years actually I've been into it. And believe me, the journey has been, I have only one word to really say, is amazing. Really amazing means it has been so fulfilling, so enriching for me, that I have learned more than I've taught. The only feeling is that whatever I have been doing now today as an educator or a teacher or a faculty, the words I really not like actually. I always say we are knowledge sharers. That's all. We are not really, teacher is a heavy word, and for becoming a teacher you have to a lot of things to really fulfill, and then you can call you as a teacher. We are more of knowledge sharers, and my sincere belief is that we all medical professionals are part of one community. We should not be, we're already very small community, you see, like and we cannot break up ourselves into seniors and juniors and professors and the students. That kind of hierarchy in medical world has to die down one day, and we have to understand that we, being medical professionals, are part of one community. One guy who has been doing ENT for last 20 years in his life, 2020 2000 to 2021, 20 years I've been doing ENT only. So I'm supposed to know ENT a little better than people who are actually starting with MBBS third year. So I would not say there's anything great about it, but I'm here, when I'm in a class, I would say I share my knowledge in such a way that I want to transport my concepts into people's mind, because whatever problem I face as a student, to understand, ENT as a subject, for me, it was one of the very, boring kind of subject. Everything is cavity, cavity, and cavity. So this kind of I would say opportunity is amazing, really. And when you at the end of the class, you see a smile of satisfaction on the face of students who attended that class, believe me, that's the real reward. And God has blessed me that I feel really rewarded for last 17 years.
That's completely true. So starting from the very start, every student who plans to go for MBBS has a very different mindset completely. it's always there in built कि भाई doctor बनना है मुझे तो, doctor बनना है मुझे तो. And things are very different as soon as you get into the medical college. Everybody understands that completely. You know, before that and after that is totally different.
Yeah.
So, you know, how do you think, and there are times, you know, when you have people around you with so much studies, so many things, you feel that you have just got an average student, you know, I'm not doing that well. What is your suggestion for, you know, those medical students who have just started with their MBBS and, you know, and not put, you know,
very interesting question, and I'm sure whosoever is, you know, listening to this conversation would be, you know, feeling, you know, very much, you know, I would say in sync with this question. See, we as medical professionals, you know, when we start MBBS, let me take you just 2 years back when you were in your 11th standard and you were in 12th standard and you were doing, you know, physics, chemistry, and biology, and you were on the top of the world because, you know what, you were the ones who were solving the physics numericals the best and the fastest too. You were the ones who could understand, you know, chemistry equations, the valencies and the radicals and everything. Forget about that conceptual understanding. You were the ones who could really, you know, memorize the factual data of botany and zoology. And I'm sure these words are still rhyming within you when I say bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms, all these things are echoing still within your brain somewhere. Because you know why? Medical students are blessed. They represent one of the best gene pool of this country, and it's my sincere belief, and it's a very validated belief also. It's not that hypothetically I'm saying it. The reason is that medical students have got a very right combination of the brain. They have got the analytical capacity to understand the complicated theorems of the physics, and they have got the immense capacity to memorize the factual data of botany, zoology also. With this kind of, you know, mental power, they enter the medical college and they have got a high aura about themselves. And suddenly they are bombarded with 3 very, very, very tough subjects like anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry. Suddenly, you know, the life is, you were just done with chemistry just a couple of months back, and suddenly chemistry appears, you know, the biochemistry appears. I can really relive my medical college days of, I used to hate biochemistry. But why the hell I should read all these formulas once again? It's not going to really, I thought chemistry over means chemistry over. It's biochemistry, mother of chemistry now. You know what? And then physiology, and then the anatomy comes and what not. And the universal grudge of a medical student life, which I could really see across the country. I think I have traveled to a lot of medical colleges by now, and I've met, you know, maybe thousands of medical students, and I would say, but there is a universal grudge in medical colleges. And I'm sorry if medical faculty is hearing us. There are few medical teachers in the medical colleges who are amazing, who are super dedicated, and they make the things interesting. But that's very small, minuscule percentage of teachers. With due respect to them, I want to really, you know, lay, you know, one submission on behalf of all medical students. एक बहुत बड़ा ग्रज है हमारे अंदर कि क्लासेस में, मेडिकल कॉलेजेस में टीचर ऐसे पढ़ाते हैं समझ ना आ जाए कहीं, लेकिन वाइवा वाले दिन ऐसे पूछते हैं जैसे सब पढ़ाया हो. और यहीं से, फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट, द story changes. A so-called topper, top scorer person start believing that I'm an average student. Can you imagine? We were the one who used to score 92%, 93%, not less than this. And suddenly the first prof exam comes और दोनों हाथ जोड़ के एक ही दुआ निकलती है, भगवान पास करा देना, बस पास करा देना, इतना ही बहुत है भाई. 90% स्कोर करने वाले लोग सडनली पास होने की दुआएं करना शुरू कर देते हैं, और वहीं से mental attrition start hota hai, and a lot of people start doubting their own potential. Some of us, they keep studying more than us, and they look like, you know, better than us, and we get used to seeing them at the top, and we are like, you know, 52. I scored 52.5% in anatomy because I never liked that, honestly. That I did not want to study in first year, honestly. I said enough is enough. In 11, 12, I've done enough. Now I want to take a break like that. But you know, system, and the exams come so fast. You suddenly, you know, before you realize, the first stage comes, and then the sub stage comes, the stage comes, and then the exam comes, you know what, like that. So that kind of thing. I remember, you know what, in my physiology viva, I was asked that, you know, what is Rajiv, tell us what is the difference between Hutchinson's chorea and Sydenham's chorea? I was not knowing either of them actually, but I was telling it to my heart while sitting in front of the examiner that, okay, I don't know what is Sydenham's or what is Hutchinson's chorea, but I was keen to ask him, did you ever teach chorea and ever in the class? Because for me, Korea is only two: North Korea, South Korea. I never did something like Korea, Chore or Korea also. So you know what? Suddenly, we feel that we are average. But let me inform all of you guys who are listening to this conversation. You are the same person who scored the best in botany, zoology, physics, chemistry in 11th, 12th. You are the same person who cleared NEET UG in such a nice manner. The medical college assessment, please do not put a label on your forehead that I'm average. If one thing you have to take from this meeting back as a take-home message, delete this I'm an average kind of, tattoo on your forehead right now. That tattoo is actually the end result of two things. The study pattern is haphazard in medical colleges. Exams come too frequently, and the assessment is absolutely wrong. In 5 minutes, they want to assess you in the Viva. How nice do you know the subject? And these 5 minutes, sometimes they ask simple question to one group of people. Sometimes they ask very difficult question to another group of people. And suddenly that group of people becomes average. The other group of people becomes better. But let us shed away this label of mediocrity from ourselves. We are not mediocres. Yes, we have been made to realize that by the medical college education system, but we will not be like that. While we set our dreams for the PG, for better things in our life, please widen your horizon. Please trust yourself. You are the same person. MBBS में कितने भी नंबर कमाएं, आप कहीं से भी गेम शुरू करके, because बुद्धि है, you have the brain, you have the power, you can make the things happen. And I never ever believe in stupidly motivating anyone. I always believe in talking facts. And this is what I've seen in the last many years. Thank you, Aishi.
Yes. No, it was very motivational and completely correctly said. So now when you mention, of not studying that well, so just wanted to understand, when you didn't study in the first year, anatomy and physiology and biochemistry. So what I understand, anatomy, it goes with everyone. So with me also, I didn't like to study anatomy, but वो जब बाद में आती है, in the coming years, then it hits hard on you. You are like, अरे क्यों नहीं पढ़ा, So how did you get over that? So this is something.
A very clear concept in my head about it. First year, second year, third year, बिल्कुल नहीं मैं पढ़ा भाई, सच में नहीं पढ़ा. अगर कोई बच्चा सुन रहा है, स्टूडेंट सुन रहा है, तो मैं 93, 94, 95 की बात कर रहा हूँ, and I didn't score well. Chemist, this all thing, anatomy, physio, this was not my thing. But when the clinics came, when actually the medicine, surgery, or orthopedics, obs-gynae came, suddenly I developed very genuine interest in these subjects. Very genuine interest, believe me. And the kind of person I am, I would only do with the things I'm interested in actually. But when medicine, surgery, obs-gynae, orthopedics, pediatrics, derma, radio came, I did retrospective study of the first year subject. I remember I did upper limb and lower limb anatomy when I did orthopedics. I did, GIT anatomy, genitourinary system anatomy, everything, neuroanatomy when I did the general surgery. You can understand that I read the GIT surgery and I read the GIT anatomy together. And a lot of time I clubbed with physiology also. Because when I read medicine, today is the time of integration. Today is the time of integration. Everybody talking horizontal integration and vertical integration of the medical subjects. But you know what? Somehow it happened to me. I integrated the subjects in 1995, 1996, 1997. Because you know what? I started enjoying it. Because I remember still, when I read cardiology from medicine, I never read Davidson actually. I read Harrison only, to be very honest with you. Because that was a book I used to find very complete. But I used to start from, cardiac anatomy to cardiac physiology and then to the cardiology. I never knew this word integration, which is a very, hap word nowadays. But at that time, the integration came to me at least very naturally. And that made my understanding quite better. I would say quite better. When I did neurology from medicine, I did neuroanatomy from medicine. I did neurophysiology from physiology. And then I went to neurology. At that time, when I read epilepsy, I covered the anti-epileptic drugs from the pharmacology also. Similarly, when I did cardiology, I finished the antiarrhythmic and antihypertensive drugs from the pharmacology also. So this was the way I studied without even knowing that, integration is going to come in such big way in medical science in the future years. So that's how really I filled the gap, maybe, Ayushi, if that's your question.
Yes, yes. No, very nice to know. So I'm sure this might help many students out there also to think this way. So now, there is one problem during, studies, whether it is post MBBS, during practices also, to maintain a balanced lifestyle. So because our topic is today mindset, so this is one thing which affects your mindset a lot, to have a balance between what you want to do, and then your work also. So how do you do that, and what will you suggest to the students and the current practitioners?
Yeah, absolutely. For talking about a student now, first of all, then practitioner later on. The student, medical student, has got one big problem actually. कि सर कभी-कभी motivate होके मैं पढ़ लेता हूँ. Sometimes I study, but I forget it very easily. After a few days, the data wipes out from a system actually. Now this was the thing I was suffering from about myself also. All of you who are hearing us right now, and thank you, Ayushi, for arranging this session. This is something I want to tell you, because this is a mistake I did in my medical studentship actually. I used to feel that I am studying, but I'm forgetting. You know what? All of you live this with me.
Yeah.
You opened up a book of pathology, and you opened up the chapter of sarcoidosis. You underlined it. All of you, I'm asking this. You underlined it and you highlighted it, the certain parts. Okay, this granuloma and that caseating or non-caseating granuloma and all that. You did that. Okay. 3 months passed. 3 months passed. You opened up the same book, the same chapter of sarcoidosis, and you're looking at the book and you are feeling, did I underline it? Did I underline it? Forget about the content. We have even forgotten that, did I ever underline this actually? And I assure you, each one of you, even Ayushi also, would be able to relate to this. And let me remind you that we all belong to one species called Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens have got a characteristic. What? That they forget after one reading. They forget after one reading. You know why? Human brain was never designed to study. If human brain knew that it's going to be put to the task like studying, it would have really, revolted at the time, and that I'm not going to develop, I'm not going to evolve further. That's the thing. This is the study and the exam is actually the, an error and the human civilization brought to create a competition between two group of people actually. That's all. That's why exams are there. But we can't do anything about it. Let's do as the Romans, while in the Romans do. We cannot change the system. Correct. But let us not put a label on ourselves that मेरा brain weak है. यार मेरा तो दिमाग ही कमजोर है यार. मैं पढ़ता हूँ भूल जाता हूँ. ये toppers पता नहीं क्या करते हैं यार. I don't know what these toppers do. Let me tell you today the secrets of toppers. They also forget when they read for the first time. But what do? They revise the content 3 more times after first reading. Just follow this thing. This is my learning and my mistake in my MBBS days. I used to feel that I have an average brain because I study, I forget. But you are forgetting one thing. In 11th and 12th standard, before the NEET UG, you used to read the content 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. That's how you excelled. I want to remind you, if you want to become a top scorer, the same recipe will hold true today also. So never ever feel that you are the only one who is forgetting it. If you want to become in the league of the toppers, if you feel like, then there is a recipe for that. After one reading, first time reading is a preparation of 3 future revisions. It's as simple as that. Everybody says study, study, study. Nobody tells us how to study. Everybody, right from the childhood, पढ़ो बैठ के, study करो. कोई ये नहीं बताता पढ़ो कैसे भाई. पढ़ने का 11 12 में जो किया था बेटा, 4 बार 5 बार 6 बार रिवीजन कर करके हम गए थे एग्जाम में बेटा. सेम चीज यहाँ पे भी एप्लीकेबल, क्योंकि ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल तो सेम है ना. Same group of people came from NEET UG and came to the same group of medical college people now. Now, how can you say that, you can change your pattern of study and some people will retain the pattern of study and they are also still studying the same way and you're studying in a little lesser way and you want to compete with them? That's not possible, beta. So today onwards, 2 things let's delete. Number 1, I'm not average. This, please remove this tattoo from your hand. Number 2, you have got the permission to dream high. Let's widen our horizons. Number 3, पढ़ के भूल जाना ब्रेन की फितरत है. पढ़ के भूल जाना ब्रेन की फितरत है. फर्स्ट टाइम स्टडी is a preparation of 3 future revision. This is the ultimate recipe to become one of the top scorers in the class, and that will help you to correct your mindset also. Mindset, you know, I can really relate to the mindset. जब नंबर नहीं आते ना तो कोई लेक्चर काम नहीं आता भाई. काम तो वही आता है कि भाई जब मार्कशीट लगी होती है ना कि मेरे नंबर कम है, मेरी गर्लफ्रेंड के ज्यादा है, मेरे बॉयफ्रेंड के कम है, उससे ज्यादा है, वो जो मेरा हॉस्टल के सामने वाले कमरे वाला उसके इतने ज्यादा क्यों आ गए, वो तो पढ़ता भी कम था. You know what? That let us face the reality as it is. So let us correct the way we are doing certain things wrong. Number one. Number two, regarding medical practice, medical as if this session is about the medical students and the future medical professionals. And I want to really tell you a trick today to keep your mindset absolutely positive 16 out of 20 times. 4 times you'll fail. Allow yourself to feel negative 4 times out of 20 times. We should not target that high that we are not able to achieve that. Even if one time we feel negative, we feel, oh, we failed in our agenda. I am allowing you today 4 times out of 20 situations, you are allowed to feel negative. But 16 times out of 20 situations, you can feel positive, even if the situation is tougher, by just following one routine, one regimen, which I developed from my own failures, to be very honest. Let us do the best and let's leave the rest to God to decide. In a given circumstance, in a given situation, you are a student today, your challenges are different. You are a consultant tomorrow, your challenges are different. You know what? You have an accidental case, trauma case, patients dying, bleeding. You want to save the patient? There is stress over there. There are relatives ready to fight outside. You do your best and you forget the rest. Believe me, that kind of mental stability would help us to maintain the positive attitude at least 16 out of 20 times. 4 times you're allowed to feel negative because we are Homo sapien, we are not Gautam Buddha.
That's very, very nice to know and very motivational actually. So now understanding all of how to maintain a good balance, what do you think a medical student can do while their college days, something outside academics, something that a medical student you will promote them to build? Because now with the current scenario, it's just not studies, there are a lot of things that adds to your practice. So yes. Is it something that they can do to to improve some of their skills?
Yeah, I'll say now, please hear me carefully, beta. We faculties or teachers, we will come and say study, study, study. But let me tell you, you have to create super balance between the study and the non-academic stuff also. तुम क्या बनना चाहते हो? एक कद्दू डॉक्टर या एक जॉयस डॉक्टर? कद्दू डॉक्टर क्या होता है? आई एम अ न्यूक्लियर मेडिसिन स्पेशलिस्ट, लेकिन मैं किसी से बात नहीं कर सकता. मैं कमरे में बंद रहता हूँ, एसी वाले कमरे में, मैं पेशेंट से बात नहीं कर सकता. You want to become that kind of doctor, or you want to become a nuclear medicine specialist still, but still a very joyous person who is very good in communication with the staff members and seniors, juniors, who is very good in leadership, who can think of new ideas and innovate and deliver better to the patient actually. And in return, you get satisfaction. You have a choice to make. And if you decide to become number two, not the kaddu doctor, the number 2 one, the foundation of that would be laid in your MBBS, in your MBBS. So when I say that in your MBBS, what shall we do? Like I remember the third year is a wonderful time. The IENT and the PSM. That gives some breather actually. Because पहला साल तो संभलने में लग जाता, भाई कर क्या रहे हो भाई? अभी तो मैं आया था, anatomy, physiology, biochemistry. Second year में थोड़ा breather आता है तो बड़े-बड़े subject भाई, pathology, microbiology, pharma, forensic. You get zapped, what the hell they're doing, But the third year is a little, I would say, little easy time. And in this time, please create beautiful memories to reflect upon. In this COVID time, I know there are very limited opportunities, but let me tell you how to create opportunities out of nothing really. And, just 2-3 days back, actually, the West Bengal Medical College people, they were in touch with me on the Telegram group and all that. I said, why not have a Zoom meeting? And we did a wonderful Zoom dance party and people shared their, pictures and, 1-minute videos and all that. And there were a lot of, nostalgic moments for them and for us also, for me also. And my wife also joined actually, and she's also Medico. We are batchmates actually. So we joined together, and we were also reliving our college days with that. Actually, we were trying to recall those beautiful memories which we also had. So guys, it is your own effort which can really make you really learn a lot of things which would really eventually help you to become successful practitioner. And let me inform you today, and Ayushi would agree with me being a medical practitioner, that you know what, in medical practice, 40% of thing is your knowledge, your clinical acumen, but 60% is your interpersonal skills, communication, leadership skills, and you know how patient you are with the patient actually. You know, these days there's a lot of negativity around the medical profession, and I do understand the younger people. I really feel, you know, sometimes very bad when they will be reading these reports that some doctors have been assaulted. What kind of trauma they will go through? कि किस तरह की life के लिए हम जाने वाले हैं यार? Believe me, they are not very common instances. Media highlights them a lot, but they're very bad. I totally really, you know, I'm against any violence against doctors, absolutely. But we need to understand that is not the major part of the story. You know what? I think Ayushi will also agree with me. A lot of patients, they give you a very gratifying smile when they go out of the clinic, and that's the real reward. Let us develop an attitude in which the communication is actually our main forte. In India, we don't lay more stress on, but new MCA curriculum has got one, I would say, module on the communication and soft skill development. Guys, you should know a patient is a client who needs respect. When you go to HDFC or any bank, what do you really expect? You expect you to be treated properly. If you have to wait, you would expect somebody to tell you, okay, sit over there. Do you need a new glass of water and all that? Same thing. Why not develop this kind of, you know, mental outlook that patient is coming to us as a client, and we need to serve the patient, and we have to follow the utmost, you know, respect towards the patient also. You know what? This is a norm in Western countries. Believe me, this is a norm in Western countries. I'm not saying Western countries do not have the violence against doctors, but still it is lesser, because you know what? When we are talking in clear terms with confidence, clarity, respectful language being used, instances of this kind of thing happening in the clinic will come down better. Okay, so do not worry, bache. Do not go on these, you know, negative reports being, you know, flashed in media all across that this doctor is being assaulted. That is a problem. Agreed. But that is representing only less than 1% of the total scenario of the medical practice. 99% is still brighter. So get ready for that becoming the part of that 99%. Okay, Ayushi?
Now this is a very important thing that you have pointed out, much needed. So thank you so much for covering this. So now when you were discussing about communication skills, you know, it is good to know that MCI has included a bit of it into the curriculum, but what is it that you will suggest to the current, you know, medical students to do apart from that to get better at it?
Yeah. Now, when I say develop communication skills, right now due to COVID, the clinical postings are a little lesser, but when you get an opportunity to go to clinical postings, you know what? You are allotted a patient. And when you talk to the patient, you imagine that you or your closest relative is sitting in place of the patient actually. How would you like to be treated with that? For example, people who are in third year or the fourth year, they'll be knowing there's something called indirect laryngoscopy. When we warm the mirror and we hold the tongue and we push the mirror in the mouth and we see the picture of the larynx in that mirror actually. Indirect laryngoscopy. Now, would you like to inform the patient, or would you like, I'd give you two scenarios that communication, you know what? One is that patient सामने बैठा हुआ है, sitting in front of you. You are not even concerned. You are just warming the mirror on the flame, and then you just like hold the tongue and push the mirror in the patient mouth, and you see it, and you just write something like that. No communication. Second scenario. Mr. Ramlal, you have got a throat problem. In Hindi, Ramlal, आपको गले का दिक्कत है, गले का अंदर का भाग देखने के लिए हमें शीशा डाल के देखना पड़ेगा. आपको अपनी जीभ को ढीला छोड़ना है, कुछ दिक्कत नहीं आएगी, रिलैक्स रहिए, आराम से देखा जाएगा. बस आपको जस्ट अपने को रिलैक्स रखना है और ढीला छोड़ देना है. बस आपने वार्म किया. This communication you can do while warming also. If you're in a government setup, time may be a problem. Now again, see a warming mirror and tell Mr. Ramlal, we're going to see your throat with the mirror. थोड़ा रिलैक्स रहिएगा और टंग को ढीला छोड़ दीजिएगा. ठीक है. Now you hold the tongue and now you push the mirror. Now you see the same thing. The first patient कुछ नहीं बताया, जीभ खींचा, मिरर डाला और अच्छा. कौन से डॉक्टर पर आप जाना पसंद करोगे? आप मुझे ये बता दो, you are carrying your mother or father or brother or sister to a doctor, and two scenarios you saw, which doctor would you like to go back again? The first doctor may have a wonderful clinical acumen, AIIMS New Delhi degree. The second doctor may be from other medical college with okay kind of understanding of the subject. Would you like to go to the A or the B? Of course, the answer is B. Beta. So the communication skill development start from the clinical, postings actually. When you start behaving that, okay, I am going to be future medical consultant, I must learn how to behave with the patient, how to interact with the patient, how to explain the thing to the patient. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult, beta. I'm not saying that we'll succeed every time. There are certain patient or attendant who would fight to one of the reasons they have that. But everyone is not like same. Do you want to think about 99% or 1%? Of course 99%. 1% तो हम घर में भी कभी गुस्सा आ जाता है, हम भी लड़ पड़ते हैं, नहीं? ऐसा नहीं होता है ना?
That's very correctly said, sir. So now, after understanding communication skills, there are some new things coming up these days with regards to studies. There are a lot of coaching institutes, apps. Actually, mobile. Actually, I must tell you, Dr. Rajiv Dhawan has also launched his application, a mobile application for ENT that can actually help you with the subject for your, for if you're preparing for different kind of examination, whether NEET PG or any kind of examination, helping a better understanding about the subject. So now when, sir, you have also launched this app, people are also intending to, learn more from these screens, the different kinds of places. What do you suggest? Should they stick with the textbooks or should they go through these apps? What is your suggestion to them? Because distraction is a big problem these days.
Yeah. Absolutely, Ayushi. And this is a very relevant question, and a lot of students will have this in mind that मेरे पास ऐप है, जैसे ना मेरे पास मैंने क्लास ज्वाइन किया था और उसके नोट्स भी हैं, या मेरे पास सिर्फ क्लास नोट्स हैं या ऐप है, एक चीज दोनों में से मैं क्यों यार टेक्स्ट बुक पढूं ना, इतनी मोटी मोटी टेक्स्ट बुक है. बट ट्रस्ट मी व्हेन आई से दैट nothing will replace the textbooks. Please understand, my app or anybody's app, they should only supplement your understanding of the textbooks. They should only assist your understanding the textbook of the subject, not replace them. Not replace them. An app or a class is a vision of the faculty about the understanding of that particular subject, but it may not have that much, content or story which a student would require to really, frame up the answers in the theory paper. So very simple, very humble answer over there. Please never leave your textbooks. Use coaching classes, apps, or their notes to just facilitate your understanding of the textbooks. These are complementary things, not one out of the two. Not a one or two. Okay, Ayushi?
Yes. So now coming up, after studies, the last part of MBBS is internship. So internship is, I'm sure everybody has amazing memories of internship, and that's one very important part of your practice. So how do you think are the best practices that every medical student should follow during the internship to get the best out of it?
Yeah. Now there are two things, Ayushi. If I will say an ideal answer, okay, I'll say like that. Oh, you should go to internship every day, learn this, learn that. But do we give our medical student this opportunity to do internship properly? No. We have fixed one NEET PG exam right after that.
Yes.
So it is, see, कहने के लिए बहुत आसान है बेटा. Honestly, Ayushi. Well, I would want all my students to really go to internship in a structured, systematic manner, learn all the procedures, and really become very accomplished doctor in a composite manner. You know what? You may be a gynecologist, but still you should know how to put a pediatric intracath.
Yes.
You should know that.
Yes.
Okay. But this NEET PG happening right at the end of the internship has really taken a huge toll on medical students. I would stand on the side of medical students rather than becoming ideal over here. How? There are 3 subjects I would want no one should skip. No one should skip it. 3 subject को ignore नहीं करना बेटा. One is medicine. This is a pillar. And number 2, surgery. Number 3, medicine, surgery. And number 3, for sometime you should see basic obs procedures, and something you see basically pediatric intracath, pediatric, lumbar punctures, pediatric medication dosages, main things, and all that go to the ward. So just don't let the focus go away from the medicine, surgery, pediatrics, and obs gynae. Why I'm keeping IENT away? You can say why the one you are not saying your subject. I'm very clear. ENT में कुछ दिखता नहीं है भाई, कुछ नहीं दिखता ना यार, कहाँ दिखता है? MBBS प्रॉ स्टूडेंट भी खड़े होते हैं, इंटर्न बेचारे भी वहां खड़े होते हैं, हम टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे होते हैं, और मैं टाइम वेस्ट करने में बिलीव नहीं करता हूँ। ऑप्था में अगर तुम्हें आ भी गया ना, तुम खुद कभी ट्रीट नहीं करोगे। मेडिसिन में यूरिनरी कैथेटराइजेशन आता है, तुम खुद करोगे। लंबा पंक्चर आता है, खुद करोगे। प्लूरल टैप आता है, खुद करोगे। असाइटिक टैप आता है, खुद करोगे, है ना बच्चे? और सबसे बड़ा एडवांटेज बताता हूँ, ये 4 सब्जेक्ट ढंग से इंटर्नशिप करने से तुम्हारे क्लिनिकल विनियट्स अच्छे से सॉल्व होंगे बेटा। नीट पीजी नेक्स्ट एग्जाम क्या है बच्चे? नीट पीजी नेक्स्ट एग्जाम पूरा क्लिनिकल 200 क्वेश्चन नीट पीजी के इस बार आ रहे हैं। नेक्स्ट तो पूरा ही क्लिनिकल विनियट बेस होने वाला है। जो बच्चे भी, जो स्टूडेंट्स भी जो सुन रहे हैं बेटा, जो 3rd ईयर में है, 4th ईयर में है, जब जब मौका मिले सीखना है बेटा, जब 3rd ईयर 4th ईयर में कुछ नहीं छोड़ना बेटा। 3rd ईयर में ENT जाना ही जाना है, ऑप्थेल्मोलॉजी जाना है। इंटर्नशिप की बात कर रहा हूं वहां पे कि उसमें कॉन्सेंट्रेट करना है, लेकिन जब 3rd ईयर 4th ईयर पोस्टिंग है, जाना है, हर पोस्टिंग में जाना है, केस प्रेजेंट करना है। और मैं तुम्हें एश्योर करता हूं अपने एक्सपीरियंस से, people who attend the clinical postings regularly whenever given chance, covid mein mushkil chal raha hai, I know, people who attend the clinical posting properly, they get better score in the clinical vignette based exam, which is now NEET PG and next better. So we are actually getting 2 things, sir. In 3rd year 4th year final year, we are actually going to clinics properly, presenting cases, seeing the instruments, trying to see the patient admitted in the ward, go to the ward round, see the, it is going to help you big time in NEET PG next also, because if you have not seen a tracheostomy being done, if you have not seen an intubation being done, everything is imaginary for you better. Then airway management would not erupt from within you. But once you have seen a patient of maxillofacial trauma coming to the emergency, and first thing the emergency practitioner or intensivist does, first time they intubate the patient, and you get, oh, maxillofacial trauma, why the hell they're intubating? You know why? Maxillofacial trauma has got 2 things happening. What? Number 1, airway problem. This maxilla may just rock backwards. Number 2, there may be internal bleeding. Maxillary artery may have ruptured. There may be internal bleeding. Patient may aspirate and die. So airway problem, aspiration of the blood. How can you prevent it? Put an intubation tube, inflate the bulb, and you are. Now the same question came in AIIMS paper. AIIMS paper. A patient of heavy industry fell down, suffered the maxilla fracture, this thing and all that. Patient having SpO2 coming down, patient bleeding also. What would be your first management? So that is what I want to say, that what you want to do, like, you want to just become a bookish doctor, or you want to become, a very, I would say, practically oriented doctor, and that will help us in the NEET PG next. And let me take just one step further. Now, in the same scenario, somebody intubated, a senior came over there. He said, you should not have intubated. You should not have intubated. You'll be hearing that conversation, that why he should not intubate. He said, when you intubated, you put the laryngoscope in the mouth, there may be mandibular fracture along with, which you could have missed. And you might really, make the incomplete fracture the complete one, and you might dislocate the fragments further. You should have gone to do the tracheostomy in this case, tracheostomy. So the right answer to this question was never intubation, and it was tracheostomy. A bookish person will say airway problem, intubate. But a person who has really seen someone attending maxillofacial trauma and a senior scolding a junior that why did you intubate this patient, he would always know tracheostomy is the right answer in that patient. You understanding my? So clinics would be definitely helping you to solve your clinical vignettes also. But yes, an internship, you have to create a balance. So go for medicine, surgery, little bit of gynae, and pediatric, of course. That would be really helping us a lot better. Okay.
So that was very, very clear and, very to the point, sir. Thank you so much. So now after internship, this is you, as you already mentioned, that NEET PG comes just at the end of the internship, and, people have to manage everything, from preparation to managing this thing. So there is a percentage of people, because of everything, are not able to clear the NEET PG and, are in the dilemma what to do, what not to do. What is your suggestion for them? How should they get over the whole phase of, again, preparing for the examination or to go for jobs? Because then there is a pressure of your family also, junior residency utha lo, do some job. What are you doing? Why are you sitting at home? So this is something which goes very common. So what is your suggestion for that?
Now, everyone who is hearing me now, please understand that a medical MBBS doctor should try to become specialized. Actually, please understand the era of general MBBS doctor is getting over, except for the government jobs. Actually, you have got GDMO post, General Duty Medical Officer post, or the UPSC cadre, in which you give the exam, you become the again GDMO. Now you ask yourself, I'm not saying that there is no need of becoming a medical officer, but if some people are like that, I just want to have a cool, chilled life, that's fine. But that's only minuscule percentage. 90% of people want to get specialized. And please don't do for the heck of it, actually. What is MDMS? MDMS means knowing one subject more than the other. That's all. MDMS means knowing one subject more than the other, actually. So this subject has to be something of your interest. How would you decide? Sir, मुझे तो नहीं पता क्या करना था. आपको पता था आपने ENT करना है. How would you decide your interest? You will decide your interest on the basis of your experience, which you drew when you attended the clinics in 3rd year, 4th year, and then when you attended the main clinical departments in the internship. And that's why medicine, surgery, obs, gynae, pediatric important. At least you get to know you want to become a medical practitioner or a surgical practitioner. मोटा मोटा आइडिया हो जाता है भाई कि मुझे सर्जरी नहीं करनी भाई, मुझे MD मेडिसिन की तरफ जाना है. नाउ नो वन ऑफ यू शुड फील एक बार नहीं हुआ तो हथियार नहीं डाल देना बेटा. सीटें बहुत कम है, लोग बहुत ज्यादा है, ऐसे ही चलता है. फाइट मारनी होती है. फाइट मारनी होती है क्यों? बिकॉज 1 साल और लगेगा, मान लो 1 साल और लगेगा, ठीक है, बट दिस 1 year विल डिसाइड द क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ फॉर नेक्स्ट 40 years. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड इट. यू बिकम अ GDMO. 60% of work of GDMO is more clerical job, filling the national program data, delivering immunization programs and all that. I'm not undermining that. Huge respect for them. It's absolutely required. But how many of you want to do it? Please see. If you're meant for that, you must go that way. But if you do not intend to do that, you want a little bit more glamorous, more dedicated, more structured, more focused department work actually over there, then get ready for 1 or 2 attempts if needed. Because 1 year will decide the quality of life for next 40 years. So इतनी जल्दी हिम्मत नहीं हारना है, हमने उसको करना है. थोड़ा बहुत रह गया, नहीं अच्छा रहेगा, दोबारा करके ब्रिज करना है. एकदम से साइड को डाउन नहीं कर देना, ओह नहीं हुआ. और कभी भी प्रेशर में नहीं आना बेटा. एक बात बता दूं, सबसे गलत चीजों में सिखाते हैं बीइंग सेल्फिश इज रॉन्ग. कभी कभी सेल्फिश बनना पड़ता है बेटा. पेरेंट्स तो बोलते शादी कर लो बेटा, शादी कर लो, तुम इतने बूढ़े हो गए, ये हो गया, बच्चे कब होंगे, ये कब हुआ. ये सब बातें बच्चे पता है किताबों में अच्छी लगी. सेल्फिश नहीं होना चाहिए. मैं तो हूँ थोड़ा बहुत भाई. सेल्फिश होने का मतलब ये नहीं कि तुम्हारा नुकसान कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन मैं अपने बारे में सोच के थोड़ा सा स्टर्न डिसीजन ले रहा हूँ. एंड थोड़ा बहुत सेल्फिश होना बुरी बात नहीं होती. मतलब आई एम एक्सेप्टिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ एवरीवन. मैं तो सही बात बोलता हूँ कि कई बार पेरेंट्स भी हमारी बात नहीं समझ पाते हैं. और डॉक्टर्स की लाइफ इतनी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है ना, यू नो इट यार. ना हमारी लाइफ में तो तुम्हें पता है क्या होता है बच्चे, पता है ना, जो हम लोग मेडिकल कॉलेज में घुसते हैं ना, तो हमारा ऐसा होता है कि वाह डॉक्टर है. लेकिन जो हमारा फ्रेंड इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में क्या होता है, 4 साल बाद वो IT में जॉब करता है. किसमें? इन्फोसिस में. कहाँ पे? बैंगलोर में. फिर वो रोज हर सैटरडे नाइट पब की फोटो डालता है और हमारा दिल जल रहा होता है कि क्या हो रहा है. 2 साल बाद फोटो डालते हैं पोस्टेड इन US, न्यूयॉर्क. हमारा दिल जल रहा होता है कि ये क्या हो रहा है भाई. डोंट वरी, थोड़े लंबे रेस के घोड़े हम, पर अच्छा खेलेंगे. ये बात याद रखना, मैं अपने एक्सपीरियंस बता रहा हूँ. और फीलिंग जेलस इज नॉट अ बैड थिंग. इज नॉट अ बैड थिंग. व्हाई शुड. तुम्हें नहीं लगता बेटा फेसबुक पे हमारा मोस्ट ऑफ टाइम रिएक्शन क्या होता है किसी की अच्छी फोटो देखे, हमें जेलस फील होता है. और जेलस फील होना कोई इतनी गलत बात तो नहीं है ना बेटा. क्योंकि कंपैरिजन तो होते हैं कभी कभी, लेकिन लॉन्ग रन में being 20 years ahead of you can tell you will have a wonderful life. I can assure you that. So keep a positive attitude. The talk is on positive. Keep that. I'm not saying for the heck of saying it. You will have a good life. Only thing is maintain your morale very high. And एक दो बार देना पड़ सकता है नीट पीजी. एक बार घुस गया ना, सही हो जाता है काम.
Correct. Very correctly said. So, with relation to this only, Dr. Vishal is asking how to avoid FOMO, sir.
Now, FOMO, the fear of missing out, actually. Guys, if you're talking about FOMO in medical the exam preparation, believe me, जो भी इंस्टीट्यूट फॉलो कर रहे हो, एक को ही फॉलो करना है बेटा. हर इंस्टीट्यूट में अच्छे पढ़ाने वाले लोग हैं. एवरी इंस्टीट्यूट ट्राइज टू डू द लेवल बेस्ट. और एक आधा चीज एक्स्ट्रा कहीं मिल भी जाता है ना बेटा, उसको ढूंढने में 4-4 घंटे वेस्ट हो जाते हैं. उतना टाइम लगा के हम अपना कंटेंट रिवाइज कर सकते थे और उसी कंटेंट को स्ट्रेंथन कर सकते थे, उससे 4 नंबर और एक्स्ट्रा जुड़ जाते। उसमें अगर एक आता भी है ना फोमो में, तो 4 निकलते भी बेटा। तो फोमो क्यों होता है कि टेलीग्राम पे क्वेश्चन आ रहा है, ये इसका क्वेश्चन बैंक अच्छा है, इसके नोट्स अच्छे हैं, इसका ये भी कर लो। जो भी इंस्टीट्यूट चूज किया सोच के चूज किया होगा, है ना। हर इंस्टीट्यूट अच्छा काम करता है मोरलेस, सब लोग भलाई करने आए हैं भाई, सब लोग अच्छा ही काम करें, कोई बुरा नहीं करना चाहेगा। तो इसलिए बेटा अपने आप को ये बोलना है कि मेरा कंटेंट डिफाइन हो गया, एक बार ये हो गया, जैसे डैम्स का नोट्स बन गए, डीबीटी डैम्स विजुअल ट्रीट के नोट्स हो गए, एम्स कैप्सूल हो गया, उसका क्वेश्चन बैंक हो गया, मुझे ये करना है भाई, ठीक है। और एक अदर को टेलीग्राम पे क्वेश्चन दे लिया, एक्स्ट्रा मिल गया नोट। ढूंढने में टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करना बेटा, इसका भी क्यू बैंक ले लो, उसका भी ले लो, कुछ होता नहीं। मैं फिर कह रहा हूँ जो भी कंटेंट 3 बार रिवाइज नहीं होगा वो यूजलेस चला जाएगा। मैं गारंटी देता हूँ बेटा, मैंने बड़ी बार करके देखा, जितना मर्जी पढ़ लो बेटा, मेटाबॉलिक एल्कलोसिस, रेस्पिरेटरी एसिडोसिस, लास्ट में जाके ऐसी खिचड़ी बनती है ना, अगर जब तक रिवाइज नहीं किया होगा ना बेटा एग्जाम से 3 दिन पहले, फिर वो क्वेश्चन सॉल्व नहीं हो पाया। इतना माथा मारने का, इतने नए नए क्वेश्चन जगह जगह से करने का फायदा क्या हुआ? लास्ट में हम फिर कंफ्यूज है, इज इट कॉम्पनसेटेड मेटाबॉलिक एल्कलोसिस और अनकॉम्पनसेटेड रेस्पिरेटरी एसिडोसिस? तो वो वाली बात है ना बेटा। तो क्लैरिटी के बाद रिवीजन, फोमो की बजाय अपने कंटेंट को बार बार रिपीट करना बेटा, ढूंढना नहीं। और तो अंत ही नहीं। आज मैं कहूं मुझे पूरी एंटी आती है, तो आई एम मेकिंग अ स्टूपिड स्टेटमेंट ओवर हियर। ओके,
दैट्स ट्रू। So Dr. Anuja is also here. She's asking, sir, how to maintain pace with postponements of examination?
INICT तो आ गया बेटा, तुम्हें तो कोई, अब पहले तो हमें डेडलाइंस नहीं मिल रहे थे, अब तो डेडलाइन आगे सामने। INICT has been declared and let us make sure even if you're preparing for NEET PG, चलो अब मैं बोलता हूँ INICT के लिए सीरियस नहीं हो आप, चलो ठीक है, लेकिन INICT की डेडलाइन को यूज करते हुए let us finish clinical subjects like 4 subjects, whole of medicine, whole of surgery, then orthopedics and skin anesthesia radiology psychiatry. I'm repeating, even if you're not preparing for INICT seriously, let us take the date of the INICT as a deadline for us to finish clinical subject for the upcoming NEET PG exam, maybe at the end of the August or beginning of September, wherever it is. I don't know when they will bring it, but we can utilize the INICT date as a deadline for us to finish, I repeat, medicine, surgery. You must finish orthopedics, better. Please finish orthopedics and then finish skin anesthesia radiology psychiatry completely. And I think we'll have done a lot actually by the time. And even if you're not preparing for INICT, NEET PG हमने काफी कंटेंट हमने पहले कर लिया होगा बेटा। तो अब डेडलाइन है, फॉलो करते हैं। मोमेंटम कैसे मेंटेन रखना है बेटा, अपना मेंटल मोमेंटम, एक लाइन याद रखना और आज उसको उस पर लिख लेना, ये साल डिसाइड करेगा कि अगले 40 साल हम क्या कर रहे हैं। आप क्या करना चाहते हो? यू वांट टू बिकम a biochemist from an unknown medical college, or you want to become a nuclear medicine specialist from a known medical college? You decide better. I'm not comparing X with Y. Biochemistry, huge respect for that, but what kind of life you want? An active clinician life, or you want a subject like where you just go and teach and then गर्मी की छुट्टियां, सर्दी की छुट्टियां, गर्मी की छुट्टियां, सर्दी की छुट्टियां, मतलब वो लाइफ हमें वो तो लाइफ नहीं जीने ना बेटा। तो ये साल में मुझे नहीं लगता कि तुम्हारे पास कोई भी रीजन होना चाहिए एक भी दिन वेस्ट करने का। आज तक जो किया सो किया बेटा, आज से सही कर लेना बेटा। आज सही करके कुछ खत्म करते हैं। INICT तक क्लिनिकल मेडिसिन, सर्जरी, पीडियाट्रिक, स्किन एनेस्थीसिया, रेडियोलॉजी, साइकाट्री, सारे नोट्स खत्म करते हैं, क्वेश्चन खत्म करते हैं। और INICT यू नेवर नो, यू माइट स्कोर अ वंडरफुल रैंक, ये भी नहीं पता है। ये मत सोचना INICT पेपर सीरियसली देंगे, ये याद रखना।
This is again very motivational, sir. So now, understanding everything, there is also some negativity moving around in the profession, with different kind of people speaking something, and different things coming up, with different laws coming out. So that is also one disturbing part. So how to stay positive and not to get distracted with this?
Actually, every profession has got some negative shade into this. I've got a lot of IT people, and they're getting into mild depression nowadays because they don't go out of the home, and they're missing their offices, and they are work from home has become a culture, and which companies are now trying to enforce and telling them even if the COVID goes back, we'll keep the culture like this. Now this is bringing a lot of negativity, lot of mental pressure, and mild depression also in the very accomplished IT people actually, which I have got some friends over there. They are feeling lost. You know what? कुछ बाहर जाना ही नहीं है, किस कपड़े पहनने, एक टी शर्ट पहना तो बस मीटिंग हो गया, खत्म हो गया। ऐसे तो लाइफ नहीं चल। सो एवरी प्रोफेशन हैज गॉट चैलेंजेस। डोंट वरी दैट ओनली हमारा मेडिसिन में क्या होता है, हम लाइमलाइट में रहने लोगों में से बेटा, कुछ भी होता है डॉक्टर्स की तो पहले खबर आ जाएगी, भाई ये डॉक्टर तो ऐसा ही है, इसने ऐसा कर दिया। हमारी खबरें ज्यादा आती हैं, लेकिन बाकी जगहों पे बहुत कुछ चल रहा है बेटा। बैंकिंग इंडस्ट्री एवरी अंडर प्रेशर है, क्योंकि बैंकिंग में आप जाते हैं, हम कितनी जगह लड़ पड़ते हैं वहां जाके, एक चेक डिले हो जाता है, लोग लड़ना शुरू हो जाते हैं। लेकिन डॉक्टर्स में बड़ा आता है कि यार यहाँ पे लोग बोलना शुरू कर देते हैं, क्योंकि थोड़ा सा ना क्या है, percentage are. This is 1% which is being extrapolated to look very bigger. 99% of the clients are really thankful. They have got a smile of gratitude on their face, which really gives you a feeling of accomplishment. And a doctor must have this trait within himself or herself that, we have to earn money. Let us not shy away from saying it. We have to, we are responsible for running our families and surviving them too. Yes, but at the same time, we have got second advantage coming. Money to aa raha hai. Second is that, you get feeling of, अच्छा लगता है यार, एक भी पेशेंट ठीक हो जाता है ना, वो स्माइल, मैं कान से वैक्स भी निकालता हूँ, पेशेंट हाँ सुन रहा है भाई, तो अच्छा लगता है यार, वाह यार अच्छा किया, कुछ तो अच्छा किया ना। तो ऐसा नहीं है बेटा, इतना नेगेटिव नहीं जितना लोग बोल रहे हैं। और अगर तुम्हें मेरी बात समझ आ रही है, मैं कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं बोलूंगा जो फैक्चुअल नहीं होगा बेटा। तो बिलीव मी, ट्रस्ट मी, आप सही, आपका चॉइस सही है। दिस इज अ गुड प्रोफेशनल चॉइस यू हैव मेड। हम अपने थोड़े तौर तरीके सुधारेंगे, कम्युनिकेशन में ध्यान देंगे, प्रोफेशनल रहेंगे, एम्पैथेटिक रहेंगे, सिंपैथेटिक नहीं, एम्पैथेटिक रहेंगे। एम्पैथेटिक, एम्पैथी इज सफिशिएंट, नॉट सिंपैथी। एम्पैथी इज सफिशिएंट कि भैया पेन में है, थोड़ा प्यार से बात कर लेता है, उतना करते करते भी सही हो जाएगा। कुछ लोग लड़ने ही आते हैं, उनका कुछ नहीं कर सकते, भगवान जाने, है ना, उनका नहीं हम कुछ करेंगे, वो 1% वाली कैटेगरी होती है।
सो सर, अभी डॉक्टर अनुजा फिर से पूछ रही है कि सर, how to maintain morale when relatives keep on telling that it is very difficult to get into PG, especially because if you are from a general category.
Now, I'm going to make a statement which is going to really, maybe people not like it. Please, be very careful when you deal with your relatives. Actually, 90% of your relatives are saying something, meaning something. You also know it. You know it ना, इतना उनकी बात का वैल्यू नहीं होता यार। क्योंकि अगर तुम फेल हो जाओगे किसी भी चीज में, 10 में से 9 रिलेटिव खुशी हो रहे होंगे, ठीक है यार, ठीक है, पढ़ा ही नहीं था, मस्ती तो मारते रहते हैं, इंस्टाग्राम पे लगे रहते हैं 24 घंटे, पास कहां से होना है इन्होंने, यही बोल के वो उनका विद इन नेक्स्ट 10 मिनट्स दे विल हैव अनदर थिंग टू क्रिटिसाइज अबाउट सम अदर रिलेटिव। डोंट वरी, तुम इतने इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं उनकी लाइफ में। इसलिए अगर तुम इतने इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं उनकी लाइफ में, तो तुम उनको इतनी इंपॉर्टेंस क्यों दे रहे हो अपनी लाइफ में भाई। मैंने क्या सिखाया, बी अ बिट सेल्फिश, कुछ नहीं होता, बी अ बिट केयर फ्री, थोड़ा सा बिंदास होना आना चाहिए, लाइफ इजी। इसी तो पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड बोलते हैं बेटा, यही तो है। हमारा नेगेटिव एटीट्यूड क्या होता है, हमें लोगों की भी चिंता है। सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत क्या है, एक लैंसेट में स्टडी आई थी, 10% ऑफ योर होल लाइफ टाइम you waste in thinking about what other people are thinking about you, and unfortunately those other people are wasting 10% of their lifetime in thinking about what you are thinking about them. It's a crisscross waste of human energy. You want to liberate yourself, I have an easy recipe for you. Only be answerable to your immediate people, like your parents, siblings, and couple of few genuine friends. And believe me, even if you fail, this segment of people will stand by your side. शक्ल पे गुस्सा हो सकता है थोड़ी देर के लिए, लेकिन तुम्हारे पीछे खड़े होंगे बेटा सपोर्ट करने के लिए। इन्हीं की चिंता करनी है, बाकी अपने लिए जियो, रिलेटिव्स के लिए नहीं।
That's again very nice to hear, sir. So with adding all of this, understanding all of this, we have one more question by Dr. Nitin. He's asking, does age matter while entering PG?
No, it's not like I had a DLO candidate when I was doing my SR-ship. He joined ENT at the age of 42, 43, I guess. So age doesn't matter. So long as the technicality, the exam is allowing you, please, you are more than welcome to learn. That's the thing. Stop thinking too much about people. If you want to become happy, forget about being a doctor and thing. You want to learn happy, let me tell you one recipe of happiness. Shift the focus from other people to yourself. Let us really not be answerable to anyone, except make a list whom you are answerable to. Your parents, siblings, couple of 2 or 3 friends, that's all. बाकी किसी का सोचना नहीं, कौन क्या सोच रहा है, मैंने इतनी लेट क्यों शुरू किया, ये तुम्हारा डोमेन नहीं है। अपनी धुन में जीना आना चाहिए, उतना ही सफिशिएंट है। हम किसी को खुश कभी नहीं कर सकते। You cannot make everyone happy at every given point of time. You can make some people happy at some point of time. That's all. उतना ही बहुत है भाई, आज की दुनिया में इतना ही बहुत है। Let us be moderate in whatever we do.
So, understanding this thing, sir, one thing I want to ask, you are so motivational, so inspirational, and I'm sure so many medical students look up to you for different kind of problems. So, what is it that keeps you so positive and so high always?
So Ayushi, let me accept it. This is not my, original nature. It is my version B, which I launched after my first few failures. So if you think that, some people are born happy or some people are born positive, I don't really agree to that. I think I can really relate to what students must be thinking right now, that डिप्रेशन होता है भाई, नंबर अच्छे नहीं आते, बुरा लगता है, जेलसी फील होता है, मेरे फ्रेंड के नंबर यार 3 इडियट्स को डालेगी, मैं फेल हो, कोई बात नहीं, इसके नंबर ज्यादा क्यों आ गए, ये सब सबके अंदर होता है, मेरे अंदर भी है, मतलब मुझे भी चीजें बुरी लगती थी और कभी, लेकिन वन बाय वन आई करेक्टेड माय ट्रेट्स, ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग, लाइक शिफ्टिंग द फोकस फ्रॉम रिलेटिव्स टू योरसेल्फ. Making other people happy is second priority for me. Making myself happy is my priority number one. Being selfish is not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. And most important, learning from my own failures. And let me share today this thing. Everyone says, you should be ideal. Never ever try to be ideal. Better. Let me write on your wall. Perfection is a disorder. You want to become perfect? It's a disorder. It's a disorder to carry. You want to become always perfect in whatever you do, it's a disorder. Every time you're living under anxiety of delivering your best at every given scenario is going to make you a very, very, restless person inside. Let us accept today that human beings are designed to be imperfect. I started my journey from restless about being imperfect like I get angry sometimes. For example, I throw a plate in anger. So I feel, like bad, about myself. Then I came to a state that it's okay to be imperfect at some time. And then I came to a state that I am proud to be imperfect, actually. So this is my journey of being restless about being imperfect to it's okay to be imperfect. And then, I'm really proud to be imperfect, actually. And that's the way I believe. I say, always remember this 16 out of 20 rule, beta. In any given point of time, your life also, you're going to choose some, matrimonial, match for yourself. Look for 16 out of 20, not 20 out of 20. 20 or 20 people are very difficult to live with. Very difficult. If they are ideal, they want ideal. Are you ideal? No. 16 out of 20. कभी भी लाइफ में करो, डिलीवर कुछ करने जा रहे हो, 16/20 भी हो गया, खुश हो के आएंगे ना यार, फिर क्यों, थोड़ा बहुत रह गया, अगली बार कर लेंगे ना भाई, कुछ भी, एनीथिंग. ट्राई दिस फॉर्मूला दैट 16 out of 20 is good. And last thing I will really share with you, that human brain, such an evolved thing, it can do two things, unfortunately. और कुछ ज्यादा इवॉल्व हो गया, ह्यूमन बॉडी कैरी नहीं कर पा रही उसको यार, कुछ ज्यादा ही एवोल्यूशन हो गया और सिर भी हमारा ऐसे हो गया. एक्चुअली क्या हो गया, ह्यूमन ब्रेन में एक गलत चीज आ गई. क्या? एक तो ये पुरानी चीजें भूलता नहीं है, और एक आने वाली गलत चीजें पहले से एंटिसिपेट करके रख लेता है. पुरानी चीजें भूलता भी नहीं है, एक तो ये भूलता नहीं, जो गलत हो गया उसको भूलता नहीं, छोड़ता नहीं, गिल्ट नहीं छोड़ता, और जो आने वाला कल है उसको पहले से एंटिसिपेट करके उसको आपको बता देता है. अनफॉर्चुनेटली ब्रेन को रियलिटी और फिक्शन का डिफरेंस नहीं पता है. जब आप अपना फेलियर एंटिसिपेट करते हो ना, नीट पीजी में, INICT में, तो ब्रेन को ये नहीं पता कि आप एंटिसिपेट कर रहे हो, ब्रेन को पता हो गया, तुम फेल हो गए. तो ब्रेन उसी तरह आपको ऐसे न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर रिलीज करता है कि आप उदास हो जाते हो. ब्रेन को लगा फेल हो गए, ब्रेन को ये नहीं पता आप इमेजिन कर रहे हो. ब्रेन खुद ही थॉट जनरेट करता है, उसके कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग खुद ही न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर रिलीज करके वो सैड कर देता है. नाउ दिस stupid development in the evolution of human brain has created a lot of problem of not forgetting the wrong things happened in the past by us and not anticipating the wrong thing which can happen to us in the future. So आज एक चीज ठान लेते हैं भाई, पिछले कल का गिल्ट नहीं, आने वाले कल की चिंता नहीं, और आज पूरा बेस्ट करने की तैयारी, और रात को हाथ जोड़ के सोने का पूरा कि भाई मैंने अपना बेस्ट कर दिया, बाकी ऊपर वाला जाने, उसका काम है. मे गॉड ब्लेस माय हार्ड वर्क. मैं दोबारा बोलता हूं, पिछले कल का गिल्ट नहीं, आने वाले कल की चिंता नहीं, जो होगा देखा जाएगा. आज अपना बेस्ट करने की पूरी पूरी जद्दोजहद, और रात को सोते हुए हाथ में जोड़ के प्रेयर, आई हैव डन माय बेस्ट एंड आई लीव द रेस्ट टू गॉड. आई हैव डन माय बेस्ट, आई लीव द रेस्ट टू गॉड. और चद्दर तान के सो जाना है भाई, बस यही जिंदगी है. चाहे एम से पीजी कर लेना रेडियोलॉजी, खुशी एक हैबिट है जिसका कोर्स है, वो इनकलकेट करनी पड़ती है, और वो हम कर सकते हैं, छोटी सी बात है. और मैं ऐसा नहीं था, कभी भी ऐसा नहीं था. मैंने धीरे धीरे अपनी गलतियों सीख के करेक्शन किया और वही शेयर कर रहा हूँ. कोई किताब नहीं, कुछ नहीं.
सर, This is very very inspirational. Matlab, the whole talk was so inspiring and so nice to hear about how did you evolve and how can actually medical students evolve currently during their MBBS stages. And जैसा सर आपने बोला कोई किताब नहीं है, प्लीज you should write something on this. This will be really helpful for students, very very helpful, because
I really want the people should write their own things. You know what? Nobody can learn from anyone better. Only Rajiv Dhawan or Ayushi Gupta can instigate a thought within you. How much rumination you do on that, it is your domain better. Nobody can, nobody can change us. But you know what? Somebody can ignite that change. How much fire you want to produce out of that is your own domain, bache. So never look up to anyone. Never look up. You are self-sufficient people. This is all within you, beta. किसी को बोलने की जरूरत नहीं, अंदर है. बस बाहर निकाल के जीना है और फिर उसको हैबिट में डाल देना है, बस इतना ही करना है. कभी कभी फेल होंगे, फिर हाँ लास्ट बात, फिर कभी कभी फेल होंगे, कभी कभी फिर गुस्सा आएगा. ऐसा नहीं मुझे गुस्सा नहीं आएगा, आएगा फिर माफ कर देना भाई. पिछले पिछले कल की गिल्ट नहीं, आने वाले कल की चिंता नहीं, आज अच्छा कर लिया ना बस बहुत है.
This is very nice, and honestly I will also start implementing this. This is something very very good. Thank you so much, sir, for such a nice, inspiring, and amazing session. Something one
My
of
pleasure.
the session to go with, something that has inspired me so well. I'm sure each one of you must be motivated to listen from Dr. Rajiv. Do share this with your friends and colleagues. I'm sure this will be very very helpful to each medical student out there in the country. Everybody should actually listen to this. This actually inspires and keeps you so motivated and going on the right path. So one thing sir, we missed. Currently things are very different for the medical students, because of COVID. Koi clinical practices nahi hai, clinics nahi ho rahi hai. What do you think they should do?
I will just leave one suggestion to you. You have got the iPads and the phones, and YouTube is there. Okay. Now there are a lot of case presentations already put on the YouTube by a lot of institutes actually. You want to learn, believe me, this is one click away nowadays. This is 21st century in which you need not really worry about too much about information. It's always there. So in the given circumstance, which is COVID-19 actually, which is happening one time in 100 years, it's a challenge which nobody has got an experience to how to deal with. But being medical student, I do understand the exposure is lesser. Go to today only go to YouTube and find out ENT case presentation history taking. You'll find ENT OPD examination methods. People are so generous. They have been putting free videos over there, beta. So पहले मन में चाहा था ना बेटा, तो रास्ते बहुत हैं. 21st सेंचुरी में ना बेटा, आजकल इंफॉर्मेशन एक क्लिक दूर है बेटा, एक क्लिक दूर है. करके देखना, जब खुल जाएगा सब लोग जाएंगे क्लिनिक में, एक दूसरे को केस प्रेजेंट करेंगे, ओटी में जाएंगे, सिस्टर से प्यार से बात करेंगे. ये बहुत बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट कम्युनिकेशन डेवलप करना है. नर्सिंग स्टाफ हैज टू बी रिस्पेक्टेड लाइक एनीथिंग बेटा, एनीथिंग. Approach a sister, talk to them respectfully. Can you show me a tonsillectomy tray, please, sister? She said, I'm not free. She tell her, I can wait. Whenever you get free after the OT is over, I will come and just tell me. And let me tell you, she will tell you the best name of the instruments actually. एक बार इंटेंशन जगा के देखो, रास्ते हैं बेटा, रास्ते हैं. और तुम्हारा दिमाग बहुत शार्प है बच्चे, बहुत शार्प है. हम यूट्यूब पे कुछ भी ढूंढ लेते हैं, तो पता ना, ढूंढने पे आ जाए सही बेटा. वो कोई भी गाना किसी ने कहाँ गाया ना, लिरिक्स तोड़ मोड़ के ढूंढ लेते हैं. तो क्यों ना ऐसे ही कभी किया जाए कि why not, you know what, how to present a case on cataract, how to present a case on diabetic retinopathy, why not. कभी कभी दोनों काम करेंगे, गाने भी सुनेंगे, कभी कभी ये भी करेंगे. रास्ते हैं, इंटेंशन थोड़ा सा इंटेंसिफाई करने की जरूरत है बेटा. Okay.
Thank you so much. Adding this was a question that just clicked me. Thank you so much for sharing this as well. Do again, I'm emphasizing, do share this with each one of your friends. I'm sure this will motivate them a lot. Also, you can, look, if you want to connect with Dr. Rajiv, do let us know. He's anyways available on all the social media pages, and he's there to always motivate you everywhere. So you can always follow him. Also do follow us on our YouTube and Instagram channels. There you can find all our old videos that can also help you with your career growth. Thank you so much.
Ayushi, thank you very much for inviting me to this platform. It has been really amazing, honestly. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a nice.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Good night.